If you're one of the many who will hit the highways over the next few days, you're probably wondering about the weather and road conditions.
Yeah, the first blizzard of the season is winding down now, but this stranded drivers in 5 states yesterday, and that weather system is now slowly headed our direction. I talked to a couple of experts to help you decide the best time to leave and the safest way to get to your destination. The first blizzard of the season left motorists stranded from New Mexico to Kansas. But even clear roads can be dangerous.
I see it more and more, especially around Christmas and the holidays.
Sal Barancato speaks from experience. He spent many hours behind the wheel of his big rig.
Too many. What honest answers, right?
He's rolled through all 50 states over the last 24 years and witnessed the toll that stress can take on drivers.
Just take a deep breath sometime and, be courteous to each other.
By courtesy, he means don't tailgate, use your turn signal, and don't blind others with your high beams. You can cut stress by checking conditions before you leave. Super Doppler 10's colorful forecast shows a lot of activity over the next few days. I asked meteorologist Jeremy Wheeler to show us what it means.
White are clouds in this case, blue is snow, green is rain, and pink is a mixture of precipitation.
So here's Jeremy's advice. Leave before Friday if you can. That's when it could get ugly.
But as far as big snowstorms, hard to say exactly where it's going to track. We're going to see one system move through here, but it's looking more wet than white.
If it does turn white,
my rule of thumb is, and always has been, when you don't feel comfortable, when the roads are bad, and you start getting that white knuckle, go get a motel room or go get a cup of coffee for a while.
The one time Sal didn't is the only time he's wrecked.
It stinks to be late.
But at least he says you'll get there in one piece. Now, I checked also at Norfolk International Airport, and everything looks good for air travel right now, as long as the big hubs, New York, Atlanta, D.C., and Chicago, stay clear weather-wise. It shouldn't be a problem. But, of course, it's always a good idea to check with the airline before you leave home.
That's right. Always pack your patience. You just never know. Before you head out of town, 10 on your side is on your side with ways to make sure your road trip is a safe one. Before you leave, change your oil and filter and check those belts and hoses. Properly inflate your tires. It can make a big difference in the way your vehicle handles, and it improves gas mileage. You should also have an emergency roadside kit with a fire extinguisher, warning lights or flares, a jack and lug wrench, foam tire sealant, and a portable pump, jumper cables, and a flashlight.
Do I have room for presents?
I think I can use, I know how to use half of that. When you're on the road, plan to take rest breaks along your trip to ward off boredom and exhaustion. Make sure you have something to keep the kids occupied, and you can also find this list of safety tips on wavy.com. Make sure that AAA membership is active, I think.